Three-point shooter. OG, quick, strong take, two-handed slam.
That was nice.
OG, oh my.
OG Antoni, little drop off from Kyle Lowry. Strong move with KD, who's kind of.
Welcome back to the Airborne Podcast. I'm your host, Ajit. That's Big Boy Babs with us. We got Thanos back on the podcast. The Brooklyn Nets avoid a sweep for the season series and win this ball game 116-103. Toronto crumbled in the fourth quarter, couldn't make a basket for their life, couldn't defend for their life, and Brooklyn got hot. Kevin Durant made his first appearance against the Toronto Raptors since playing for like 12 minutes in that finals in Game 5. In the 2019 championship run with the Raptors, he had a double-double tonight, 17 points, 10 rebounds. Both him and Kyrie didn't have the best game, but the bench stepped up for the Brooklyn Nets. Mm-hmm. Blake Griffin looked like the Blake Griffin of old, dropping 17. Jeff Green turned back.
Those threes from Blake Griffin are big ups.
You got to live with those. And Jeff Green turned back the clock, and you got to live with his moments, with his big threes, and he had a nasty dunk at the end of that game to ice it. And Mike James, a former Phoenix Sun member who the Brooklyn Nets just recently signed, and he showed out, had a couple of solid plays, a three, a step-back jumper, a couple dimes. I think he had 11 points, 8 assists for the game. And the shooters, Joe Harris came out to play, kept him in the game when KD and Kyrie were out. And also Landry Shaman. They both were shooting lights out from three. And you got to tip your hat off to them. They obviously came with this game circled based on the Raptors kicking their ass the last two times. Although they didn't have a healthy lineup, we still took advantage of it. That's what you're supposed to do. Antoni, I want to start with you. I feel like I know where you're going to go with this, but I'll let you take it anyways.
Yeah, just one thing I want to say is I believe Bravs mentioned it last game. That Siakam, we need to get the ball out of Siakam's hands because this man cannot dribble. Like, especially during a fast break, you can't trust him, right? He's a power forward. He's not a point guard. Like, especially if Kyrie and KD are right beside him, you can't trust that. Obviously, put so much pressure on him to a point where he'll lose the ball, right? 100%. That's what I mean. But like this game alone, I feel like it was a good game to watch. Like I thought we would get blown out, to be honest, considering the fact that we're not really that consistent as a team. I know we got Cam Birch going into this game. I didn't feel like we would have enough power to stand the Brooklyn Nets.
Yeah,
seven of the players got up to double-digit points, right? And that's good to see. Malachi Flynn was doing well in the fourth quarter like he always does.
The third and fourth quarters, it's just time to win. I think you forget about everything else, and it really just comes down to making winning plays, whether it's defensive end, getting an assist, scoring. I think you're just really trying to come out with the win.
Van Vliet didn't do that well tonight.
How you feeling physically?
Like shit. But it's part of it, you know what I mean? I try to lay my body on the line every night. Sacrifice for the team, try to get a win, but I wasn't very good tonight. Not in the excuse-making business, so I'll leave it at that. But definitely was a rough night all around the board for me. Just couldn't find a flow or rhythm or feel good at any point of the game. So I sucked tonight. My body sucked tonight.
Cam Birch, man, Cam Birch.
Cam
Birch, man, like he was hustling for the ball. He looked like Biombo.
And also put pressure on the offensive glass. Look at that great recovery, blocks the shot, and OG, the deflection, the save, and Cam Birch, knowing
he was getting the rebounds, like giving us a lot of second chance points. Like big ups to him.
More than a few shots in this game.
OG drive, and then there's Cam Birch, and we're tied at 78.
He's my star player. That's what I'm going to say.
Yeah, for sure. We're not going to win on most nights when we got Pascal and Van Vliet combining for 6 of 33 from the floor. And their half-court offense in that fourth quarter looked atrocious. When the ball was moving, the Raptors looked amazing tonight. Kyle Lowry and Cam Birch had that chemistry, like Dylan says, literally with his name in it, chemistry, if anyone doesn't get that.
Kyle Lowry set the tone in the first quarter. Same with Birch. Like, they both stepped up.
Kyle Lowry was the general today. He was the general. He was setting the tone.
He looked like vintage Lowry.
Yeah, he came out with the mindset to score from the get-go. He got Cam Birch involved. Cam Birch was a monster, looking like a young Bismack Biyombo. And he got 9 offensive rebounds for the night. And he had, 13 boards for the whole night?
14 boards.
Yeah, so he had more offensive rebounds and defensive rebounds, but looked like he was going to break Amir Johnson's record for 12 offensive rebounds per game. He tied.
Amir Johnson has still holding a record? Jeez, that's a while.
Amir Johnson was nasty back then.
Yeah, that guy's my guy, so I like him.
It was in 2013 where he set the record of 12 offensive rebounds as a Raptors franchise record. And the pace that Khem Birch was going at, it seemed like he was going to break that with flying colors, but he slowed down a bit. And they also went away from him in the fourth quarter, going with a small ball lineup with Pascal at the 5, OG at the 4. Khem Birch did tie a season high with Chris Boucher's record of 9 offensive rebounds for the season. And I thought, for the most part, I was scared at the beginning with the OG and Pascal and even Khem Birch getting into foul trouble. Gillespie had a couple fouls early. I thought Aaron Baines was going to get some minutes, and I was tripping out for a bit. The way Gillespie played tonight, I felt like Aaron Baines maybe could have got some minutes because you could see his inexperience tonight when he was going up against Blake Griffin. Shout out to Malachi Flynn. We're probably going to put a throwback picture of him and Blake Griffin together in this podcast.
Hold up. We're going to put the play of Malachi Flynn going at Blake Griffin and doing the acrobatic shot.
Meeting Blake Griffin, a freshman in high school, at a Jamal Crawford basketball camp.
And one.
That was a nasty and one.
I'm pretty sure he had that in his mind when he was doing that ISO. He's like, get over here.
I hope Blake Griffin gives him an autographed jersey or something, yo.
Yeah, for sure. I don't even know if Blake Griffin knows because he take a lot of pictures of a lot of kids back in the days when he was actually popping and he was actually an all-star, borderline superstar. But he basically turned into Sub-Zero on that play. He was like, get over here. And finished him off, got a sick and one. And Malachi Flynn, this is a stat that popped up on the screen during the game. A minimum of 10 games. He's in 10th place for the most fourth quarter.
I think it's 7.2 points, right?
Yeah, 7.2 points, I believe. And he's number 10 in the most points scored in the fourth quarter with a minimum of 10 games. And I think Steph Curry is leading that pack. Because Steph Curry's on a mission this year to go crazy for that MVP and scoring title. But for the most part, like you mentioned, the game was very competitive from start to finish. It kind of got away in that fourth quarter. I think Raptors had a lot of opportunities to kind of get a bigger lead, but they missed out on some opportunities. Yuta Watanabe had a dumbass pass at one point where he was trying to do a handoff to Kyle Lowry, and Joe Harris just came and picked it off and stole it and dunked it.
Yeah, even OG, man. He had like 2 plays when he ran to Kevin Durant. He got blocked, and then he got the ball taken.
That's the thing about some of these guys. When they go into Kevin Durant, they think because he's a skinny body, they can get around him and get over him. But they forget how long he is and he can block the shot. He deflected it so many times, and Pascal's dumbass fucking turned the ball over a couple times to try to whip it. And also Stanley Johnson had a dumbass turnover too.
I'm not surprised though.
Yeah, these guys, some of them might have been starstruck with seeing Kevin Durant back on the floor for the first time in 2 years. But there was this one play where Anunoby jumped out of bounds, whipped it. Khem Birch got it in the first quarter and dunked it.
Raptors in this coming week.
OG with the steal, throws it, and Birch, the athleticism, right to the bucket with a two-handed slam. And you see Jamal McGlure in the background.
Blocks the shot, and OG, the deflection, the save, and Khem Birch knowing.
And, there was a lot of good positive things to look at.
Yeah, for sure.
In this game, we knew that this was going to be a tough stretch of the schedule coming up. This is a make it or break it time for us where we either choose to cave in, and look towards the offseason and a future lottery pick, probably retooling the roster, getting rid of Aaron Baines off the roster, or we suck it up, we come together, and we try to push through to get that final spot in that play-in tournament to maybe give a run for one of those top teams in the East, a run for their money. Gary Trent Jr. wasn't playing tonight with the left leg contusion, I believe. Paul Watson was out with tendonitis, I believe.
Some stupid injury.
Yeah. Paul Watson, tendonitis, left knee. And contusion for Gary Trent, left leg.
And then also Chris Boucher was out with the MCL sprain. So those are 3 guys off of our bench that we could have used tonight. And unfortunately, they weren't there to take some of the minutes off the starters on the second night of a back-to-back. Like, I don't understand why we had to play Brooklyn on the second night of a back-to-back when it could have just been switched. Why couldn't we play Cleveland on the second night,
Yo, they don't think, scheduling stupid. Like Anujan said from the beginning, he thought we are going to lose and shit. But honestly, the way we were playing in the beginning, I thought we were going to win. I thought, we were en route to win another game. I thought we were going to kick ass and, tell Curry to fuck off. But, like any other game this season, the fourth quarter is our sinking hole, I guess. Like we get into fourth quarter and we just start losing. Everyone just shitting the bricks. So Pascal, no one's shots are going in like Freddie's. Like it was a disaster. So I don't know, man. But
This would have been a winnable game. I just feel like the gap to make mistakes is kind of low compared to other teams because they don't have Harden right now, but they had two of the top 10 to 15 players in their team right now. So like we don't have that much of a huge gap to make mistakes.
For sure. Mike James is nasty today, so we made a mistake. He came through. He just destroyed us.
Mike James used to be a person we would root for when it came to a Raptors game because you remember Mike James back in the days for the Raptors.
Yeah, black guy, bald head.
Yeah. And now that name's come around to haunt us, especially in tonight's game. And, you know, he's a name in Europe that a lot of people said deserves to be in the NBA. He's too good for the European League. And maybe he carves out a role with the Brooklyn Nets. We'll see about that.
He did pretty well tonight.
Yeah.
He's confident.
To share the floor with Kyrie and KD in your first game, being put in the fire like that and having that type of composure and letting them sit aside while you take over in certain points of the game, and big ups to him. One thing I wanted to say was Pascal, man. Those turnovers, I mean, this guy, like he got the ball for a hot second. He could have passed it back to Van Vliet. The man drives up the court and gets an air ball with his left-hand layup and then tries to complain. And then he also drives up and he tries to cross out Kyrie and then he gets the ball stolen.
I've been saying this all season long. I think Anuj touched point about this. Like, we got to stop relying on Pascal as our number one
option.
Option. There you go. Option. He can't be your number one option. He
also can't be a primary ball handler too. Like I don't trust him with that.
Yeah, you can't. Like, yo, the way he dribbles, I'm scared for my life, yo. It's like someone trying to, you know, it's like, I don't know. I'm scared for my life because the way he dribbles, it's like a.
So much anxiety when you see him dribble the ball, right?
Yeah, he's like Brad says, he's like a washing machine, right?
Yeah.
And right now he's overthinking it because he knows he has to do something on the play. And at the same time, these guys keep pushing him to take the ball instead of trying to take it in their own hands. Like Fred VanVleet obviously wasn't feeling it tonight, so he tried to push the ball on Pascal. But both of them shouldn't have been carrying the ball at all. Go with your hot hands. OG Anunoby, 5th straight game, scoring 20 points.
With a rebound, OG off of his leg, scoop back up. How about this? OG, two-handed slam. 13. The foul was on OG Anunoby.
What he's trying to do offensively, just don't pick up silly fouls. It almost cost him last night against the Cavaliers. Look at that. Great job of moving it back.
To the front court. Brooklyn gets back, but up at the rim. Here's OG and a slam dunk. Raptors rolling.
By Cam Birch, and then look at this movement. Throw it down inside.
Watanabe was hot too today for a while.
Shot. Got it up quick. Good movement.
Watanabe drives in line. Sends it back up top. Kyle finds OG in the corner. Watanabe drills it. That was a beautiful sequence.
OG, and that ball swings around. This time OG delivers it instead of shoots it to Utah.
Yeah, Watanabe was definitely hot tonight, making a couple of threes, but he missed a few shots in the fourth quarter. Trust Malachi Flynn or Kyle Lowry or OG Anunoby. Those are the three guys they should have went with tonight. Unfortunately, that's not the way it went, and Fred VanVleet, Pascal couldn't come through in big plays. I know Fred VanVleet made one big three to cut the lead to 5 when they couldn't score, when Brooklyn was going on a little run. But I remember seeing the stat where the Raptors are shooting 28% or 29% from the field for the fourth quarter, only at 13 points, Brooklyn at 26, and Brooklyn was shooting like 71% from the field. And I'm looking at it and almost threw up trying to see those stats. I'm like, bro, 1 of 7 from 3 for the Raptors, 4 of 7 for the Brooklyn Nets. I'm just looking at this and I'm like, bro, what is happening to this team? I remember off camera, you called me and I was a little behind in the game and you were telling me, you're like, damn, these guys are collapsing right now. They're breaking down. And that's the thing. We need to understand there's no superstar on this team and we need to use ball movement as our key to win games. We're trying to give it to some people who don't have that stage presence to take over and literally win a ball game for us. Pascal is not that guy. OG Anunoby can be that guy at times, and Pascal can too, but based on how his stats were the whole night and how the game was going for him, the man was not efficient at all, so why go to him at the end?
100%.
And he wasn't drawing fouls, but he was still taking it in the paint instead of standing on the three-point line and taking dumbass shots.
Yo, you only made 2 shots tonight. Bro, 2 of 16.
Yeah.
Wow.
I know you guys are talking about this. We'll probably just get this out of the way about the star players and who we're throwing under the bus before we get into the team stats and also the individual stats. I'm saying star player, we'll give co-star players to these two guys, Kyle Lowry and Cam Birch. Both guys, Kyle Lowry, he always connects with this big man.
Yeah,
and he said it in the post-game press conference last game.
What's the relationship between you, or the chemistry like between you and Cam these days? I mean, you seem to be looking for him an awful lot tonight, and he seems to be pretty much picking up anything you're throwing at him.
Trying to get him paid. I mean, that's what I try to do, is try to get my teammates paid and help us win games and make sure that everyone around me is successful. I think he's a talented kid, and he's in an opportunity where he can be successful. So why not?
I'm just trying to get that guy paid.
He's gonna get paid.
Yeah, I mean, Bismack Biyombo can get $70 million.
What's the contract for Cam Birch? Is this 1 season or is it like a few years?
No. He got bought out, right? So just till the remainder of the season, and then he's an unrestricted free agent.
Oh, geez.
So he's going to obviously want to come play for the Raptors again, especially if Kyle Lowry comes back, and Cam Birch is definitely going to get paid. If Biyombo can make $70 million in 4 years off playing for a season with the Raptors, Cam Birch definitely has a way better offensive game.
So what are the reason why Biyombo is living lavishly, bro?
Yeah, he's been tossed around like a thought since leaving the Raptors.
I feel like it's also because of the conference final, us making it to the conference finals, which got him that contract as well.
Yeah, and it was because the blessing in disguise, Valanciunas went down in that series against Miami.
Yeah.
Against Miami, and the Bismack came in and did his thing and showcased his defensive presence. And that one play with him in Game 5 of the second round where he blocked Dwayne Wade on one side and came the other way and dunked it, two-handed dunk. Definitely one of the moments to remember with Bismack Biyombo. But Cam Birch definitely, like I mentioned, has a better offensive game. He can at least shoot the three a little bit. I love when he chases guards down and blocks it off the backboard, bro. It's so refreshing to see that there's an athletic big we have that could do that. Baines will just stand there and watch that guy go up and even if he's like 5'6", he can't block the guy.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle Lowry, shout out to him, came out, put on a show. He's one of our co-star players of the game. Cam Birch, the other guy, a beast on the boards, 9 offensive rebounds, had a double-double, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 32 minutes. Who we're throwing under the bus, I'll give you the whole bench, basically, with Pascal Siakam and Aaron Baines.
Yeah.
I'll go
Actually, not the whole bench. I'll take Malachi Flynn out.
Yeah, I mean,
and Watanabe.
Malachi Flynn at this point, I consider him a 6-man, basically a 6 starter kind of thing.
You put Siakam in that shit, Ace, for sure.
My brother was saying this off camera. We should leave Pascal on there with Aaron Baines. But yeah, we'll leave Malachi Flynn, Utah Watanabe out of there for the night. But I'm definitely putting Van Vliet. I'm putting Siakam, and I'm putting Gillespie, Stanley Johnson, Bembry, Hood, whoever played off the bench other than Malachi and Watanabe. You guys cool with that?
Yeah.
Main guys are Pascal and Van Vliet, 6 of 33 from the field. Not going to get it done.
Yeah, for sure.
And then Gillespie, Stanley Johnson, DeAndre Bembry, Rodney Hood, Aaron Baines.
Mm-hmm.
Man, I didn't mean to kind of touch about this, but Gillespie looked mad nervous today. It wasn't the same Gillespie we fell in love with the first few games.
Mm-hmm.
But hey, that's what comes when you're new to the league, right? So it's about getting comfortable and stuff. So he'll bounce back. But I just want to point that out there.
Yeah, I'm not worried about him. I mean, he's only been with the team for a few weeks. He's still a rookie. He's still getting to learn the system. He'll get better. He has time to grow. He's still a puppy. He could develop easily. With the type of development team we have, I'm not really worried about that or concerned even one bit. And especially with the season, the way the season's going, I mean, I'm okay with him developing like this. This thing I said to my brother off camera. Freddie Gillespie's wearing number 55. Cam Birch is wearing number 24. Both guys came basically at the same time, and they're both wearing DeLon Wright's number and Norman Powell's number. Those guys both came into the league at the same time in that 2015 draft.
Yeah.
I was just trying to tell my brother that I don't know if you want to call it a coincidence or not, but
it's a coincidence.
Yeah. Leading scorers for the night tonight was Kyle Lowry, the floor general, the heart and soul of this team. 37 minutes, had 24 points, 2 rebounds, 6 assists, 8 of 14 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 6 of 9 from the three-point line with 1 block, 4 turnovers.
This was probably one of Lowry's efficient nights.
The way he was shooting the three tonight, I felt like he was in a beat Paul Watson and Gary Trent Jr.'s three-point shooting record. He looked like he was going to make 10 threes, but he kind of cooled down a bit. OG Anunoby, 31 minutes at 21 points, 6 rebounds, 6 assists, 9 of 15 from the field, 0-1 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the three-point line with 2 steals, 2 turnovers. And Cambridge, 32 minutes, 13 points, 14 rebounds, 1 assist, 5 of 9 from the field, 3 of 4 from the free throw line, and 1 block. The thing with Cambridge, he could have probably had like 17 or 19 points, but he missed some easy bunnies tonight.
Mm-hmm.
But we're going to give him a pass on that because the man gave us so many second chance opportunities tonight. It's not even funny.
That was the piece we were missing, yo. And
Yeah.
That's what I want to say. My brother and me were talking about it. If we had this guy at the beginning of the season, we could have won 10 of the games that we probably lost this season at least.
100%. We put our trust into Mr. Aaron Baines and let us down. But Cambridge came in and boom, yo. It's just turning everything around, and I'm like happy again.
It's not even like just his rebounding presence, it's his defensive presence. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He's doing things that Baines would never do. Those rebounds you'd get and the passes he would give to like Van Vliet and stuff, those are passes Baines would never be able to do.
It's the way he gets the offensive rebound and then he finds the right player to pass it to.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And not turn over the ball. And I read the stat before tonight's game or during tonight's game. It said in 71 minutes with that starting five of Lowry.
Oh, yeah, I read this.
Lowry, Van Vliet, OG Anunoby, Pascal Siakam, and Cambridge. Their offensive rating in 71 minutes was like 125 points. And the defensive was like 90-something. And the way all of them are moving, bro, it's on another level.
Yeah.
Pascal Siakam, 35 minutes at 10.7 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 of 16 from the field, 6 of 6 from the free throw line, 0 of 5 from the three-point line with 1 steal, 3 turnovers. Van Vliet, 42 minutes. He played the most minutes tonight. In 42 minutes, he had 11 points, 6 rebounds, 5 assists, 4 of 17 from the field, and 3 of 12 from the three-point line with 2 turnovers. Malachi Flynn in 20 minutes at 13 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 4 of 8 from the floor, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from the three-point line with 1 steal. And Yuta Watanabe, 18 minutes, 8 points, 3 rebounds, 3 of 7 from the field, and 2 of 5 from the three-point line with 1 block. Those are your Toronto stats, guys, who actually did something for the game tonight. Watanabe, we said he had a couple of threes and a couple of good dunks, too, off a nice Stanley Johnson pass. Brooklyn Nets, guys, Jeff Green, 36 minutes at 22 points, 8 rebounds, 1 assist, 8 of 16 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 3 of 9 from the three-point line with 1 steal, 1 block. Kevin Durant, 32 minutes at 17 points, 10 rebounds, 4 assists, 5 of 7 from the field, 4 of 4 from the free throw line, 3 of 5 from the three-point line with 2 steals, 2 blocks, 3 turnovers. Kyrie Irving didn't have an efficient game tonight. 34 minutes
fasting too, yo, which is nasty.
Yeah. 34
Yeah.
minutes at 9.6 rebounds, 4 assists, 3 of 13 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 5 from the three-point line with 1 steal, 1 block, 3 turnovers. He had so many bunnies he missed tonight as well. 3-4 that he could make with the most difficulty, he missed tonight.
It's the Ramadan, yo. He's like, it's probably getting to him.
Yeah. Landry Shamet in 33 minutes at 14 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 of 12 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 7 from the three-point line with 1 steal, 1 turnover. Joe Harris, 32 minutes, 16 points, 3 rebounds, 6 assists, 6 of 13 from the field, 4 of 9 from the three-point line, 2 steals, 1 block, 1 turnover. Blake Griffin, 22 minutes, 17 points, 6 rebounds, 1 assist, 6 of 11 from the field, 3 of 3 from the free throw line, 2 of 4 from the three-point line with 2 steals, 1 block, 2 turnovers. And Mike James, 21 minutes, 11 points, 3 rebounds, 8 assists.
Mike James.
4 or 5 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 1 of 1 from the three-point line. And Tyler Johnson. We thought getting Joe Harris into foul trouble was going to help. Tyler Johnson comes in, former Miami Heat player, made $50 million with them on 4-year contract. The guy is making peanuts right now, and he comes in 26 minutes, scores 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, 3 of 6 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line, 2 of 5 from the three-point line, and that's all she wrote. And those were all leading scores for the Brooklyn Nets. They had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 guys, and Kyrie was almost the 8th guy scoring in double figures. The bench was the difference in this game. We know that. And
Durant doesn't even look like he's trying. Like, have you guys watched him play like tonight? Like, he doesn't even look like he's trying. Like, he's at his full. Like, he's putting in 100%.
Yeah, Leo Rounds was saying it on the broadcast too. He's like, "Yo, this man doesn't even look rusty at all. He looks like he's been in the hyperbolic time chamber just practicing, getting ready for this moment against the Raptors, bro." And tonight, the Raptors did a pretty good job, but it didn't matter because in the fourth quarter, this man made the buckets that were necessary to ice the game.
The last minute.
He had a pull-up jumper in the paint, and then he had a three-point dagger, and that's all she wrote. The differential in the fourth quarter was the reason why we lost. The Raptors, after the first quarter, they were up 28-26. The second quarter, the Brooklyn Nets scored 30, Raptors scored 24. And then in the third quarter, the Raptors scored 31, the Brooklyn Nets scored 24. And then in the fourth quarter, the Raptors only scored 20 points, Brooklyn scored 36. We were down in that third quarter for a bit.
83-80, I think.
Yeah, 83-80, and then we had a lead going into the fourth quarter, and then we basically just blew that up because we ended up losing by 13 at the end of the night because we got outscored by 16 in the fourth quarter by the Nets.
Yeah, Joel Harris and Blake Griffin that hit two crucial threes to tie it up to 90 apiece. And then it was just, after that, it was a wrap.
The Raptors were 36 of 91 from the field, shooting 40%. For the night, the Brooklyn Nets were 40 of 83 from the field, shooting 48%. The Raptors were 15 of 43 from beyond the arc, shooting 35%. The Brooklyn Nets were 18 of 45, shooting 40% from beyond the arc. The Brooklyn Nets, like you mentioned, were 18 of 18 from the free throw line, perfect from the line. The Raptors were 16 of 19, 84% from the line. Rebounding, the Raptors, because of Kem Birch, literally won the category. He basically won the category for us by himself.
Can Aaron Baines do this? No.
Not for a single day in his life.
Maybe Phoenix Baines would be able to do
that. A ponytail, man bun Baines.
Man bun Baines.
So the Raptors, they got 47 rebounds for the game. Brooklyn only had 41, so the Raptors are +6. Offensive rebounds, the Raptors had 15 for the game. Brooklyn had 7. Raptors are +8. Assists, the Raptors only had 24 for the game, coming off a 32 and 31 assist game the previous two. And Brooklyn had 30 for the game, so the Raptors are -6. Steals, Brooklyn had 9. Raptors had 5. Raptors were -4. Brooklyn had 6 blocks. Raptors had 3. Raptors were -3. Turnovers, the Raptors had 13. Brooklyn had 10. Raptors were -3. Points in the paint, the Raptors had 36. Brooklyn had 38. Raptors were +2. Second chance points, the Raptors had 19. The Nets only had 6.
Points. You say points in the paint, they were +2?
No, the points in the paint, the Raptors were 36.
-2.
Yeah, the Raptors had 36. Okay. The Nets had 38. The Raptors are -2. Second chance points, the Raptors had 19. The Nets had 6. The Raptors were +13. And fast break points, the Raptors had 8. Brooklyn had 5. Raptors are +3. Points off turnovers, the Raptors had 13. The Nets had 11. Raptors are +2. Biggest lead for the Raptors was 8 for the game. Biggest lead for the Nets was 13. Fouls, Raptors had 19. Nets had 20. And that's all she wrote for the game. The Raptors have been pretty steady on the offensive rebounding and rebounding in general.
Not getting improved significantly, which is good.
Yeah,
not getting out rebounded like they were at the.
It's like the way they like the other games with Kem Birch not being there.
Yeah, so since Kem Birch and Gillespie got there, the rebounding has improved tremendously. And before they got there, they were getting blown out by every team in that category.
He's gonna get paid, bro, 100%. With this presence, man, it shows. It shows on the team stats. He's helping this team with one thing. They were struggling all season, right?
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before we wrap this up?
No, I'm happy with Kem Birch being the star of the game. I'm just happy the way, we didn't win, but hey, it was a good filling game for us.
I personally feel like the Raptors should look at the rest of the schedule and see if they're really going to make an actual solid push, Because if there's like a lot of tough teams that we're going to face, I personally feel like it's better to just wave the white flag instead of actually trying to go into the play-in tournament and then miss it by like maybe a game or something,
Yeah. The Raptors are going to play the Denver Nuggets. They're going on our West Coast road trip, and they don't have Jamal Murray, but they do have Jokic. Kyle Lowry's going to meet his best friend, Aaron Gordon, once again. And they still
forgot about that.
They still got Michael Porter Jr., and they're still a tough team, a playoff contending team in the Western Conference, so we'll see how that goes. But it's a tough schedule, make it or break type of thing for our season, but we'll see what happens, and we'll continue to go on this ride and ride it out to the end. Let the chips fall where they may, and whether we get into the play-in tournament or into the playoffs in general, or end up just slightly missing the playoffs and getting a lottery pick, I'm okay with either one. As long as the games are competitive, I'm happy. But I do, as a Raptors fan, I don't like to see them bow down to no man. I want to see them, be solid and compete and try to win as many games as possible. That's just how I feel as, just a competitive person.
For sure.
Appreciate everyone for tuning in and checking out the podcast. If you haven't liked the video, make sure you like it. If you haven't subscribed to the channel, make sure you subscribe to it. What are y'all waiting for? Stop slacking, bro. And we'll be back right after the Denver Nuggets game for the post-game podcast. But till then, Stay blessed, stay woke, and please stay safe. Peace.